The conservatives mostly lost the 2024 election. Who really won the election? It doesn't take a Sherlock Holmes to realize that the so-called conservative winners of the 2024 USA election aren't actually conservative. In fact, they look like 90s Democrats. Most of them are 90s Democrats. What does that tell us about America's national personality? Well, it seems that Americans subscribe mostly to 90s Democrat sensibilities. Not the sensibilities of the politicians, but of the Democrat voters at the time. As someone who was alive and sapient in the 90s, I'll tell you what these sensibilities are. Hard work and merit-based promotion, colorblindness in hiring, firing, success, personal friendships, and government influence, ethnic pride but not grievance, high-skilled, high-value immigration, belief in national borders, and America first. What is an American? It is in the American taste that everyone is given an opportunity, albeit unequal. A billionaire being able to pay for the best tutors while a poor kid in the Bronx makes do at the local library does not offend the sensibilities of Americans. In fact, we celebrate it. Americans worship the struggle to greatness as much as we worship the greatness. In America, greatness has no value unless it is earned. The devil to any American is not the inequality, but the finger on the scale. Outside influence, such as affirmative action, is only attractive to Americans who have not truly confronted it. They need only see the injustice of it play out, then they will spit it out. Seeing the struggle of a young white boy from poverty working their way up to Harvard admissions, only to be rejected for his skin color, would disgust any true-blooded American. Further, social media has allowed these stories to be told in a way that Hollywood never allowed. America, now being fully fed the truth, is spitting out the un-American practice of unearned success. An election is a taste test for people's sensibilities. America, in a historic landslide, chose Donald Trump and J.D. Vance. Overwhelmingly, Americans listened to Joe Rogan and Elon Musk. Overwhelmingly, America wanted to make America great again. I see this election as the beginning of the end of a deviation that has started since the Spanish-American War. The American sentiment is not towards institutions, nobility, history, or even national achievements. Our sentiment is toward the striving for greatness and the champions that best embody that greatness. When the crowd chants, USA! USA! They are evoking the memory of the greatness of the human spirit that our champions uphold. America's sentiment is toward greatness itself. What is American greatness? The USA has always benefited from high-value immigrants. Counting first and second generation immigrants, America has a Serbian power system, a Scottish steel industry, a Dutch railway system, an Irish-Belgian automobile industry, Austrian macho movie stars, Russian search engines, German atomic physics, and a South African space program. To make and keep America great, it brain drains the entire planet while giving those brains the opportunity for greatness. Elon Musk needed America to be the richest man in the world, and in return, America gets a champion and all that comes with him. The Pareto distribution is a model that dictates in a creative work, the top few take almost all of the spoils. The bottom 95% get to fight over scraps. America is an empire of hearts, a cultural colonizer. At its greatest, it dislodges the loyalties of ambitious minds all over the world and sells the American dream. The American dream is not a picket fence, a house, and a family. The American dream has always been self-determination. From the Pilgrims to Elon Musk, people come here to make a life for themselves, for richer or for poorer. This does not always mean prosperity. The man in the gutter is as much a part of the dream as the man in the Fifth Avenue penthouse. The American dream is that both men earned this themselves. America is a battle arena. The struggle is the point. The success is up to the participant. Americans would find it disgusting to just give someone their white picket fence and house. It is a point of shame to be given because to have been given something is to belong to someone else. The land of the free abhors this. The greatest nation on earth will always be so because of the struggle, not in spite of it. America was colonized by people who sought to be closer to God. The religious power structures of the old world were stifling, choosing winners and losers, interpreting scripture for you. America's initial embrace of closeness with God means that we have a bias towards truth and goodness. We'd rather face who we are and end up with the life we deserve rather than a good life that we didn't take for ourselves. How America affects the world. The whole world will either have to join America in worshiping human greatness or get left in the dust. Global competition is not a choice anymore. Refusing to participate is still a choice that will have long-lasting implications. Unless the nation decides to be a prison state like North Korea, then your nation will continue to lose its most entrepreneurial, adaptable, productive citizens. The most valuable possession in this world is an American citizenship. The best investment a young man can make in his future is a plane ticket to America. Foreigners can always do more, make more, and be their better selves in America if they can resist the corrupting influences. Iron sharpens iron, and you can only become a champion by competing with the best. This competition is dangerous because it doesn't just make you better, it can also completely destroy you. The merit of your genes, your culture, your attitude, your disposition, and your intelligence are going to dictate whether you take on a polish or rust into dust. On top of all that, the network effect dictates that the venue for this great championship is not likely to ever move. European identity is built on nationalism, which is built on ethnocentrism. Germany is for Germans who are Germanic, etc., etc. This is an old model to build your civilization upon. Their sentiment is to their cultural and ethnic identity. That's not my opinion, but my observation. It's quaint, orderly, and at home, but it's not competitive on the global scale. In the new world of global immigration, the cost of admission is the test of cohesion of your people. If your culture is strong enough, it will not only remain, but it will begin rubbing off on everyone else. You can see this when you go to Chinatown or Little Italy in any major city. These foreign cultures create a pocket subculture in America. We've talked about the North Korean option, the Little Italy option, but there's a third option. Send people away to America to make a life for themselves and then recall them to the homeland. India does this. If their society was higher trust, they would benefit from it more. But India could become higher trust with their returning Americanized kin. If you want your offspring to be the greatest and keep their cultural identity, you'll have to make the strongest possible case for why that identity is the best, so that it can stand strong against the American cultural corrosion. America is a competition on all fronts, and cultures do compete, even for the hearts and minds of their own children. What is an American? The identity of an American changes every decade. We'll try on an aspect for a time, then change again. Every time we do, we learn lessons and embed them into our character. We'll ridicule our ancestors' mistakes and venerate our ancestors' triumphs. Pockets of subcultures can settle down, slow down, refine their identity, and then reinsert themselves into the greater American culture. The Amish have cut themselves off from the outside world aggressively. They have a proper subculture in America. They only engage with outsiders when it comes to business. However, they had a major effect on a key battleground state in the 2024 election. More than that, they're one of the few populations in the modern West that are increasing in size without immigration. They are another combatant in the arena that is America. Who is right, wrong, best, worst, winner, or loser is always changing in America. Foreigners will think that America is liberal. This is not correct. The American Constitution used liberal values to adjudicate power to have ambition, check ambition. But our Constitution is a governing document, not a sacred one. The Constitution is not the soul of America, but it helps protect the soul. The government was meant to act as a referee, not a coach, nor our national spirit. The American people decide their own fate, while the balance facilitates but not creates opportunity for the disadvantaged. Our government does not provide. Our founders were ready to dismantle the government when it no longer served the people. Our government was never meant to protect anyone, but instead allow people to protect themselves. Our Constitution grants power only toward the purpose of checking power. European foreigners see their government as part of their national identity. This is not the case in America. We see our government as a necessary framework. America is the battlefield of human triumph, and in this arena America is the battlefield of human triumph. It is the arena for all of humankind. Familiarity is a form of comfort, and for those whose ambition outweighs their want of comfort, I welcome you to the Colosseum. You might triumph, you might fall, but you are an American gladiator, and for those who are about to fight, we salute you. So what now? We're in the process I call reverse colonization. Instead of nations taking territory, nations now recruit the best people from all the world. A savvy nation should pick a specialty and recruit whoever is needed for that specialty. Just one nation that already does this is the United Arab Emirates. The United States may educate petroleum engineers, but the UAE will recruit them, then extract information from them. Different nationalities have different behaviors. Americans are known for going off script and attacking problems directly. Anglos are good for studying the problem in detail, which takes a long time, but their results tend to be reliable. Italians are known for laziness, which I don't agree with, but they often take time to watch the World Cup during working hours. However, they are very passionate about their products and they produce high-performance solutions. East Asians tend to stay on script dogmatically, being fastidious and reliable. East Asians also tend to be more diplomatic for interpersonal disputes, often giving ground if it means social harmony. So where does that leave us? The reverse colonization means that there will be a constant scramble for the best and the brightest. The network effect will mean that certain nations will absolutely dominate, while others may specialize, while others are left in the dust. The absolute worst thing for a nation would be to become a simple feeder for other nations, hoping that their expatriate wonderkind will send money back home. Much like colonization, the scramble will be a mad dash. The bad news is that America has pretty much already won. America is traditionally a rugged individualist nation, so it has a better chance of processing immigrants. Compare that with Europe, who believe in social safety nets, benefits, and the like. Finally, couple Europe's domestic policies pushing businesses out while bringing in hordes of low-value migrants, and you have the opposite of what you should be doing. Meanwhile, the incoming Trump administration is pro-high-value migration and pro-deportation of low-value illegals, which is a good start. If Kamala had won the election, there might be a chance for Europe to get its affairs in order and then take part in reverse colonization, but instead it will likely become a victim of it, a feeder for nations that provide better for their young men. Europe has long taken the patriotism of its young men for granted, offering little in return for such loyalty. Most Europeans who are awake to their problems are either still in favor of mass migration or conflate mass low-value migration with specialized high-value migration. To these latter Europeans, they see it all as multiculturalism and will fight it, not knowing that they're dooming their nation to centuries of hardship and irrelevance. On a humorous note, I'll add that many American conservatives bemoan Trump's pro-high-value immigration stance. First, I should say they are lucky to have a champion at all, since I don't know any politician who shares their stance on immigration and is capable of winning the presidency. The American people have spoken. They like high-value immigrants. Second, why would they ever think Trump would put a moratorium on all immigration? His wife is an immigrant. His main supporter, Elon Musk, is a South African immigrant who is also our space program. He got a major boost from Joe Rogan, who is pro-high-value immigration, and he is here to make America profitable, not pure. If you want purity, go create your American subculture like the Amish did. Migration is a tool. It is neither inherently good or bad. People who say otherwise have either never seen the downsides of this tool or wish to throw the tool away. Most Westerners have trouble with taking the balanced approach, instead fighting for purity. What will come and who is right and wrong? Well, that's going to change just like the champions in America change. Constantly and always, but hopefully closer to the truth. Thank you for watching. If you appreciate this video, please like. If you want to see more videos like this, please subscribe. And if you get this far at the end of the video and you don't like it, well, I appreciate you for sitting through it. It's my pleasure. This has been Mentor speaking. You have a wonderful day. Okay, looking back through the footage, I did not realize that I do this. I did not realize I did this. That is so annoying. I apologize. I'll work on it. I'm still learning. I'm still new. Appreciate you. Again, have a good one. Entrepreneurial.